俺の語詞が全てこの首に触れた瞬間、喉の皮膚から崩れ始め、1分と経たないうちにお前はチリと化すぞ。
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 instant death techniques in anime.
とりあえず、後ろの奴らは死ね。
Number 20, Respira.
口ろ。Arrogante.
When activating his resurrection, the former God King of Huecomundo takes on a form very reminiscent of death itself. So it's rather fitting that this ability of his can end his foes instantly.
Respira.
Roughly translated as the breath of death, Respira is a smoke-like miasma that Baragon unleashes that can even quickly catch up to someone as fast as Soifon. It can immediately rot its targets at an incredible speed, reducing them to just bones in seconds. Respira is so incredibly dangerous that even Baragon himself became a victim to it after it entered him. Number 19, Overhaul, My Hero Academia. Yes, Shigaraki's Decay is an amazing ability that we'll get into later on this list, but we have to give credit where it's due when it comes to Kai Chisaki's quirk. Sharing the same name as his alias, Overhaul grants him the ability to disassemble as well as reassemble the matter of anything he touches. Now he could use these abilities for good, like healing others, but that just isn't Overhaul's style. Instead, he's often using it to send others to the afterlife in an instant. Number 18, Death Inducement. Is this a zombie? Don't let this shy girl fool ya. She actually has powers so great that she's forced to wear heavy armor just to suppress it. Yukla would often avoid speaking, mainly communicating through notes, and the reason for that is due to her ability, Death Inducement. With it, all she has to do is mutter the word die to someone and it will kill them in an instant. The only side effect of this ability is that it'll give her intense headaches, but that's nothing compared to whoever is on the receiving end of it. Number 17, Megiddo. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. After Falmouth's invasion of Tempest resulted in the deaths of many of his friends, including the lovable Shion, Rimuru devises a plan to bring them back to life by becoming a Demon Lord. However, in order to do this, he needs a vast amount of souls, and what better target than the ones that invaded the kingdom? After trapping them in a barrier, Rimuru unleashes Megiddo, a magic ability that essentially turns small water droplets into laser beams. With this, he's able to instantly kill thousands of soldiers within just a few seconds. 4803 Number 16, Meido Zangetsuha, Inuyasha. Transferred from the Tessaiga and sealed within the Tensaiga by Sesshomaru's father Toga, the Meido Zangetsuha is perhaps the most unique ability on this list.
He's opened the path to the underworld.
The underworld?
Starting off as a crescent shape before evolving into a black sphere, this attack can instantly send its target to the netherworld, pulling them in like a black hole.
I would not allow my life to be taken by scum like you!
What sets this apart from the rest is that it doesn't actually harm whoever is hit by the technique. It just instantly renders them dead after they've been transported.
What your father did was cruel! He was cruel, you hear?
Number 15, Lelouch's Geass. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion.
ルルーシュビブリタニアが命じる貴様たちは死ぬ
In this world, Geass is a supernatural ability that works differently depending on whoever the user is. Bestowed upon him by C2, Lelouch's Geass is the power of absolute obedience.
終わりたくないのだな、お前は。
This gives him the ability to command anyone to do whatever he pleases upon eye contact. Now, why is Geass on this list? Well, Lelouch can command his enemies to put an end to themselves, which they are more than happy to oblige right away.
Yes, Your Highness!
Number 14, Miss Dispersion, the irregular at Magic High School. There's no denying it, Tatsuya is a living force of nature and a super weapon that could turn the tides of any war. However, within his arsenal of magical abilities, Miss Dispersion is perhaps his most quick and efficient lethal ability. With this decomposition type spell, Tatsuya can directly decompose the physical structure of his targets, whether it's inanimate or living. The unfortunate person on the end of this attack will quickly turn into steam and then scatter, as though they never existed in the first place. What makes Miss Dispersion such a terrifying spell is that it's quiet and can be aimed through physical objects, making it incredibly tough to avoid. Number 13, Force Manipulation, Chainsaw Man. As the anime has only adapted a very partial amount of the manga, we've not been able to fully see what Makima is capable of. However, this scene has haunted us ever since.
おい、なんか変な感じだ。
ああ変な感じってどういう
With a line of human sacrifices, Makima is able to take out Sawatari's gang with her deadly force manipulation ability.
ミスラ
From a long distance, each one is instantly crushed to death one after the other without realizing what exactly is going on. Honestly, it's a miracle Katana Man and Sawatari were able to get away from it.
ここで私ができることは終わりました。
Number 12, All-Killing Ashbones, Naruto Shippuden. It's little to no surprise that the first wielder of chakra conjured up the perfect technique for killing her enemies. With the all-killing Ashbones attack, Kaguya hardens her very own bones and fires them out of her skin towards her enemies. For whoever is on the receiving end of this attack, it's game over as their body will begin to deteriorate at a molecular level, causing them to disintegrate.
必ず火影になれ。
This is without a doubt one of the most deadly attacks in the franchise, but luckily for Naruto, he happens to be very good at his Shadow Clone Jutsu.
これでもう心配いらぬ
Number 11, Instant Death Ability. My Instant Death ability is so overpowered. We've seen many isekai protagonists over the years with absolutely insane powers that can take out just about anything, but this one goes beyond the rest.
死ね
After being transported to another world by Sion, Yogiri obtains the ability to instantly kill anyone he wants with just a single thought.
死ね
Honestly, it doesn't get any simpler than that. And because of this, there's a long line of foes that he's effortlessly killed. Yogiri's instant death ability is so limitless that he's able to kill even entities from a higher plane of existence.
死になさい。
お前が死ね
Number 10, Cannibalization. See the money of soul and possibility of control. The surprise love child of card games and money, this series spared no expense when it came to portraying greed in the most shonen way possible. Via magical battles where users summon monsters by betting their fortunes and futures. As Mikuni and Jennifer's high-stakes deal comes to a close, he pulls out all the stops to secure his victory, including summoning an asset that can literally take a bite out of the competition, which she did when her jaws crushed the last of Jennifer's defenses. Number 9. Decay, My Hero Academia. From the moment we saw him use this quirk on Aizawa's elbow, we knew that this ability would be lethal. With Decay, Shigaraki is able to destroy anything or anyone he's able to touch, disintegrating them into dust in an instant. After undergoing his awakening, Shigaraki's quirk grows strong enough to cover a wide area, disintegrating an entire city along with whoever inhabits it.
お前たちヒーローはこの日のために多くの過程を積み重ねてきたのじゃろう。
This evolution resulted in the deaths of many pro heroes. Watch out, Deku, you might be able to smash him up, but if the new leader of the League of Villains gets you in his range, it's goodbye. Number 8, Suzume Bachi, Bleach.
人的灼熱スズメバチ
This little bee has one hell of a sting, and while you might manage to walk away from the first, you most certainly won't the second time round.
私のこのスズメバチの能力を訪問か
Soifan more than lives up to her moniker as an assassin, especially with her Zanpakuto, which grants her the ability to terminate any target just as long as she strikes the same place twice in a row. Combined with her insane speed and agility, it's fair to say a lot of her opponents don't last very long. Number 7. Deconstruction, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
ならばまずはこの鬱陶しい右腕を破壊させてもらう。
Brutal yet effective. When it comes to this one-man crusade against state alchemists, Scar doesn't have to completely follow through with the 3 stages of alchemy, since he's perfectly happy stopping at the second and letting loose destructive energy from his fingertips in order to fulfill his desire for revenge.
滅びよ。
You can't argue with his results, since his violent methods have managed to bring down weaklings like Sho Tucker, all the way to veterans like Basque Grand. Better watch out, otherwise he'll make your face explode.
神の道に背きし錬金術師滅ぶべし。
Number 6, Killer Queen. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is unbreakable. While its place on the podium of most powerful stands can easily be contended, Yoshikage Kira's inner murder machine still stands as one of the most proficient when it comes to dispensing his foes.
リオちゃんの
It might be able to be overwhelmed in direct combat, but your chances of survival are pretty much zero if he manages to catch you unaware. Thanks to its ability of bomb transfusion, anything this creepy kitty touches can turn into a deadly explosion. Its primary bomb is strong enough to turn any stand user into mulch, and that's all before he really kicks things up by unleashing Bites the Dust.
でここからが真のキラークイーン第3の能力なのだ。
Number 5, Saitamas Punch, One Punch Man.
圧倒的な力ってのはつまらないもんだ。
Sure, not everything this caped baldy hits immediately gets broken into bloody chunks, but that's usually because he's holding back. If you're a monster looking to pick a fight, then it's pretty much guaranteed Saitama is going to be wiping your remains off his dorky looking gloves. Considering even a minor hit can eliminate colossal supervillains like they were nothing, you'd best believe anything caught in the crosshairs of his serious punch is not going to be getting back up again. I mean, just ask the majority of the Monster Association. Number 4, True Death, Overlord. As horrifying as it might be to see such a noble warrior like Gazef get axed in less than a second, on the bright side, at least he didn't end up meeting all the horrific fates Bone Daddy Ainz has granted to the rest of his victims.
Delay magic, true desu.
As a twisted act of respect, as opposed to letting his Lovecraftian goat demons trample the honorable knight, the Supreme One decided to grant a merciful death by stalling time and unleashing an uber spell that snatched the life out of him then and there.
もう死んでいる。
Number 3, Crime and Punishment, Bungo Stray Dogs.
僕は罰。知ってるかい？罪と罰は仲良しなんだ。
While his greatest and deadliest asset remains his intelligence, it would be wrong to say the enigmatic leader of the rats in the House of the Dead is powerless in a physical fight. In fact, if you get too close, you are guaranteed to end up as a corpse.
本当の異能力です。
While the full depth of his ability remains a mystery, Fyodor is still a gifted, and as such has access to a deadly supernatural force most mortals can't contend with. In this instance, it just happens to be the ability to kill anyone he touches. No wonder Dazai is afraid of this guy.
待て！そいつに触れるな！
Number 2, Hakai, Dragon Ball Super.
And now, Hakai!
You can't be a god of destruction without having a planet-busting arsenal up your sleeve. And as it happens, the death dealers of the multiverse have this little trick. Taking the form of purple energy of varying size, anything it touches ends up getting disintegrated, whether it be landscapes or arrogant Kais.
Hakai.
Granted, certain Saiyans have found the strength to deflect and break through certain variations of them, but as for the other 99.99% of the cosmos, not so much, especially when it's implemented by someone like Beerus.
What's happening? What are you doing to me?
It doesn't matter if you're an animal, mineral, or ghost. There's nothing in the universe Lord Beerus can't destroy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Hako Shinken, Fist of the North Star. It's the martial art that makes mincemeat of raiders and wasteland scumbags everywhere. With but a poke, everyone's favourite badass Kenshiro has shown to be able to cause his enemies' heads to explode.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
And that's just one of his tricks. No matter how fearsome his opponents may be, or how many muscles they're packing, you can always count on the 7-star Scar Survivor to unleash a wide variety of strikes, screams, and a certain catchphrase, all of which inevitably lead to his foes ending up as another post-apocalyptic stain.
お前はもう死んでいる。ほざき！勝負はまだ！ああ、 No.
Is there an instant kill technique we're missing? Let us know in those comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.